Hello, everybody, and welcome to Squad Live. Tonight is a very special one. It is our first birthday, you guys. Let's go.
I can't believe it's been a year.
One whole year.
What a year of craziness.
Insane.
I think craziness is the right word. And taking the chance to say thank you for everyone who's been here with us since the beginning, or since any time. But thank you so much for the support, because without you we wouldn't be here.
It's true. It's really true. And thank you for being here, especially on the Squad Live, because tonight's a really, really unique one. So in a little bit, we are about to open up the stream for all of you to join us to play some Squad Busters matches, get some free hero points, and in a little while, we're also going to have one of the OG devs, like I'm talking the godfather of Squad, here to answer some of the questions that you guys asked on social media. So it is like maybe one of the best Squad Lives we've ever had.
I think so.
I'm so hyped.
Definitely.
Are you guys ready? Are you ready, chat? I see many people in the chat. I want to say hi to Bailey and Evie. I don't know if you guys are online. Mr. Tigran, welcome. Yushiro, welcome. Draco is in the chat. Thank you, moderators, and everybody that has supported us every single Squad Live. Junkyard Dog, many, many others. If I don't say your name, here's a heart for you. We love you. Well then, shall we jump into the matches?
Yes.
Okay, let's do this. Okay, where am I at? Oh, amazing.
Let me see.
I think it might be my phone. Give me a second here, guys. Technical challenges.
It worked a moment ago.
Of course, right? Of course it did.
Maybe
Looks like it's off.
I'm not gonna touch anything just in case I make it worse.
Let's see. We need your good luck, chat. Give us your vibes. Will the phone turn on? Ah, look. See, it's not even like turning on here. Oopsie.
No.
There it goes. Yes, you did it. You sent the vibes. Let's go. Okay, so first things first, if you didn't notice already, on the right side, just below Paula, there is a QR code. Be sure to screen grab that QR code, and you're going to get a free 200 hero points for your snazzy little Mortis. Chat, I want to know, who is your favorite hero right now that you're playing? Who's yours, Paula?
Mine, I think still Archer Queen, but I love Mortis too. So those two are my favorite.
I agree. I am maining Archer Queen right now, and it feels good to have control and like snipe people and stuff.
That like shot, it feels so good when you hit.
Oh.
Yeah.
So a lot of Archer Queens in the chat, some Barb Kings, some Mortis.
Mortis.
Pretty good split. Pretty good split.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So let's get into our first match here. I'm going to open up a lobby. And really, the way we're going to do this is...
Can you invite me first?
Yes, I can. I am going to invite my amiga, Paula.
Yeah.
And then we're just going to open it up. First come, first serve. Whoever joins first gets in the match. And then I'm going to drop out and spectate Paula, who's going to play the first match. And whoever wins...
Are you not going to play?
No, because I'd rather have someone else play, right? Letting a ninth audience member?
But then,
Do I need to make you the...
Yeah.
You want to be the party lead then and invite me?
Yeah, or we can, I don't know, maybe we can play both of us with them.
Okay.
And then, well, I don't mind.
Yeah, that's fine,
Whatever
sure.
is better.
Let's do it. Join up, chat. Join. Bro, I never understand how they can scan it so fast, dude.
I think they're just ready with their phone.
Yeah, legit. Okay, I think we're full.
No?
Shall we do it?
Uy.
Boom. Round number 1 of the Squadiversary. Who is going to win?
I need some piñata sticks, so this is actually good.
Oi.
It must
Is it the cable?
It's a cable, I think.
Oh, no.
Now it's on again.
Okay, I'm going to try to keep as still as possible. There we go. That works.
You know, playing on stream is the hardest thing ever.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Why is it hard for you?
It is hard because, well, mostly because usually people tend to focus on, like, on killing you, like killing the streamer. and yeah, it's just super hardcore.
I know.
And then everyone thinks that I play so badly because. But
yeah, let's see you try. It's talking and streaming and looking at the chat and playing. That's easy. No, it's super hard.
Wow.
I always struggled with that when I used to stream on my own. Oh my gosh, who is this? And finally, I just gave up on being good. It's like, I'm just gonna be stupid and silly.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I'm 10.
Bro, get out of here. Oh no, I'm surrounded. Oh no, I'm surrounded. Oh no, I'm surrounded.
I don't want to be 10. Oh, I'm 3rd.
No. Oh, they spared me. You're 3rd?
Not anymore. No, it's 2nd. Not anymore.
Get away. Dude, you're right. They immediately came to find me, and now they're dunking on my archer queen. Not cool, bro. Not cool. No, stay away.
Some coins.
Who are your favorite starting squaddies that you pick?
So I like B because of the bees.
Naturally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who doesn't? And Kita. And I like a wizard because the cooldowns of the powers get shorter.
Do you have ultimate wizard yet?
No.
No.
Not yet.
Me
Do you?
neither. No way.
But I got Ultra Pam the other day, and what a difference! Like the
Really?
turret, like it's like a whole it's massive.
Huh.
It is insane.
Ultra, you said.
Ultra Pam. Yeah. It was the first time that I actually was tempted to get an offer from the shop, for real money.
Yeah.
I was like, that radius is and when playing duo is the best thing because you can heal your teammate as well.
You know who I felt that with? I felt that with Max. When it was like the day of the update, they released a Max offer. Well, we released a Max offer.
Yeah.
And I immediately bought it and got Ultimate
Yeah.
Max, and she is so good, dude.
Really?
Yeah, her speed is insane.
Oh, yeah.
Chat, who are the best squaddies to pick? Let me know. Who are the best 2 squaddies right now and the best 2 spells? I know Mega Fireball and Bees. Are you getting destroyed?
Could be worse.
Well, I'm in 9th. So
I'm 3rd.
Are you okay?
4th.
You're right. It really could be worse.
Every time I say it, I drop. I'm 3rd. No, not anymore. Sorry, that was a lie. Oh, I'm kidding someone. Sorry. Polita.
You killed someone?
I killed someone, but
No
I
way.
didn't have a choice.
Oh!
It was me or them.
Come on. Yes!
Oh, that's you.
I got a kill. I'm gonna try to avoid you just to be nice.
Oh.
Can't kill my buddy. But yeah, Max is like a must pick for me. Even though I just didn't pick her.
I haven't really tried Max.
Oh my gosh.
So you go much faster?
Oh, so much faster. It's crazy. And it feels like you're cheating or something. I don't know how to explain it.
Look at look. You can't look, but it's massive. The turret. Look at how big it is. It's like almost the whole
wait, let me see.
No, too late.
Oh yeah. No,
Yeah.
I caught a little glimpse of it.
But if you see, that was it. Oh my god.
GG, how did you finish? 2nd place! Oh my gosh.
See, I'm not that bad.
You guys were being nice because it's Paula, huh? You were going easy on her, weren't you?
Last time I streamed on my own channel, I was getting busted a lot because people were focusing on me, and then someone took a screenshot of my stream getting 10th, and they were like, "Oh, Paula doesn't know how to play this game."
Of course, straight to Reddit.
And I'm like, that's so unfair.
We have a lot of nice fans that
Yeah.
watch you. They're so sweet. So sweet.
Maybe you should take a screenshot from 2nd place and put it on Reddit.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like, hey guys, here's proof. Aw.
Yeah, that is true that Iker protects me. That is actually true. You say Iker?
Like
says,
on your stream?
Yeah.
Oh,
He does.
okay. You're the goat. Well, shall we jump into match number 2?
Yes, I'm gonna change. I'm gonna be Mortis now.
Okay, I'm gonna recreate the lobby. So thank you to everyone. If you were in this lobby, please hold off on joining the 2nd one so everyone can get a turn, please. Please.
How do you cancel a fireball? Good question. So when you drag and aim, if you wanna cancel the power, you need to drag your finger all the way out until the indicator disappears. So it works the opposite to Brawl Stars.
Yeah.
Like Brawl Stars is like you put the finger back in, and in squad you drag out.
Yep. I find that you have to drag to the top right corner almost always. I don't know if you can drag to the bottom left or the top left. But
I do right because it's more like convenient, but
yeah, right. Same. Okay, match number 2. Do we want to play Gem Hunt again, or do we want to try something else?
I do think this is the only mode where we can play like many people.
Yeah.
So I would do Gem Hunt.
Okay. Okay. Here we go.
Because if we do duo, they can't really join the same match.
Yeah, that's
Something
true.
that we probably should change.
Be nice, wouldn't it? All right,
I
here we
would
go.
like that.
QR code number 2. Get ready, chat. Get ready.
Let's go. If you've played
Pew.
already, maybe don't join this one and let other people play.
If
Be
you,
nice.
that would be very nice if you have the self-control to do it. But I can understand why you wouldn't on the Squadiversary, after all. Piggy the okay. I have no idea if these are duplicates, but I don't really care. It's all good. We'll leave it as is.
Let's go.
Ready?
Yeah.
Boom. Okay, profile pictures. If you could get any character's profile picture in the game,
Yeah.
because you know it's a bit limited right now, whose
yeah.
character would you get added? And chat, let me know as well. Which character do you want to see as a profile picture in the game?
But like from any even characters that are not in the game?
Well, I would
do you mean?
yeah, stick to ones that we
Have.
exactly.
I would pick.
I don't even remember who's in there. Is Jesse in there? I feel like you'd be.
No, Jesse is not there. True. Or B. I would pick Jesse or B probably. Oh hi, someone didn't kill me. Thank you.
Nice.
They're being extra nice today.
Are they like standing around you
Yeah,
and
they're
sparing
like
your life?
spinning, and I'm like, ah, hi.
Now, what would happen if I went to find you and kill you? Would they defend
I mean,
you
you
and kill
can try, but
me? I might try that. Let me see if I can get my squad a little bit bigger.
wait. Someone shot something.
So should we tell the audience what we were doing earlier today and yesterday, or should we not?
We could.
Okay.
Do you wanna know, Chad?
What were we doing?
Why we look so pretty today?
Yes.
Tell
Tell them.
Why we look pretty today?
Why do we look so pretty, chat?
With some like makeup and with our squad t-shirts.
Yes.
Maybe someone can get.
It's gonna be really hard for you to guess. You're never gonna guess it. Sarcasm.
No, they are so smart.
Sarcasm. Oh my god. Oh my god. Get away.
Ah, see, class knows.
Classy. Classy nose. Whoa. Get away from me. Get away from me. Oh. Oh, dude, I just Archer Queen someone into another group.
I don't know, but I just saw a massive squad on the left, and I'm scared.
I know.
I'm not sure if that's you or.
I know. No, it was not me. I am the weakest. Oh my gosh. But yes, chat. We recorded the squad update, and it was
Fun?
fun. That's all we'll say for now. You'll find out what we meant soon enough. Ooh! Oh, I thought that was you. I got scared.
I found someone, but it wasn't you.
Like, I don't understand how they've grown their squad so big so fast. Are we just that bad at the game? Am I just that bad at the game? Oh yeah, yep, that's what it is.
Turret. No!
Get away, Mortis!
Oh my, not even.
Get away!
Ah, is it you? Ah, no.
No! No! Busted.
Oh no. I almost got busted. Ay.
Let's see. All right, let me see where Paula's at. Well, actually, we'll keep an eye on the others. So Dr. Ben, we have a minute left. Dr. Ben with Royale King looking kind of formidable. Big squad. Who's this? Brooke Beefy Die with a Mortis looking decent. Oh my god, Pede Paula with two squaddies only. Oh no.
I'm trying.
Oh,
okay?
Dr. Ben. Oh, Dr. Ben.
No. Oh.
Oh no.
my.
Oh, the sandwich is real.
No.
Oh. Rest in peace. That is not how things were supposed to happen, guys. You were supposed to have mercy on the CMs.
This group wasn't that, nice.
Yes. How dare they? Arena
Nerf
Closer.
Trader Potion. You think is this one? Do you think? Do you play with do you play Trader?
Sometimes. I do think it's quite strong, but I don't know if, maybe we should ask Jonas once he gets on.
Oh yeah.
If it needs
True. Make sure
needs
to
a-
ask the question.
What do you
to Jonas.
think?
I don't know. I played Trader and I didn't feel in such an advantage. Like yeah, it's nice. I play him with Royale King.
Okay.
But like, I mean, it's a nice strategy, but I didn't feel like I was like, OP.
Yeah, 30 coins is a lot to get.
But they say they're super OP, so maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I see that quite a bit in
Yeah.
socials. So you guys were extremely good on that last one and clapped us like no problem. So maybe don't do that again, okay? Thank you. Appreciate it.
We have a new QR code for the ones who missed the QR code to enter the match. We have a new one every time.
Yes.
So don't worry.
Yes, and if you just played with us, please hold off and let other people join. That would be amazing.
I think I'm inviting you by accident.
Oh, that works.
Oh.
You want to do that? No, because you could show the QR code because you're on the screen.
Yes.
Here we go, guys. QR number 3.
But wait.
What?
This is my friend code, right? Not the room code. Why is it not showing?
Oh, I don't know.
You know?
Oh, because you're in Piñata Party.
Amigo.
Will it change while you're still in, or will that cause a glitch?
No, it's
Okay.
good. Yeah.
There we go.
Alright,
QR number 3. Here we
let's
go. Thanks for another gift. You're very, very welcome. Happy birthday, and thank you for being with us. Oh, it filled up immediately again. Okay. I think Fauxy. I've seen you a few times, Fauxy.
Oh, sorry.
I don't know, man. Bye-bye. Oh, Super Vinny's in our chat.
Super Vini, you need to protect us.
You notice I can't scroll over? I think.
Yeah, it only works when like the room is full, I think. I know.
Or is it when people
no.
ready up, they like cause it to scroll back?
It is a bit buggy.
Well, there we go. Bug busters. We're squishing them all.
Yes.
Okay.
We are ready. Go.
Are you ready? Here we go.
I wanted to change my hero. Un momento.
Abdud, welcome. Welcome. I saw your video the other day, actually. Keep it up, bro. Keep up the good
When is
content.
June update? What day is today? I mean, it's not going to be the first week of June, we need a bit more time. But today we recorded the squad update. I know that doesn't give you an answer, but like, it's getting close.
Yes, it is getting quite close.
You'll know soon.
And that's pretty crazy. We did update in May and now an update in June. That's kind of unheard of.
Yeah, like a few months ago, we actually did that for a few updates, that, monthly updates for like maybe 4 or 5 months, and it was intense.
Can't imagine.
It was super intense. But yeah.
Like
yeah.
at the beginning of the game?
Yeah, I think after global launch, like, September, October, like maybe August, September, and October.
Wow.
Something like that. But I remember, yeah, it was super intense. Because, from the player perspective, 1 month, like a monthly update doesn't sound crazy. But like when you see all it takes to actually update the game, it's like one month is nothing.
Insane, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you think of other games like bigger games like Fortnite or whatever, they have these massive teams
Yeah.
that they can do more regular kind of updates and stuff. But
Yeah.
so Paula, 1 year of Squad. Actually, you've been on Squad for longer than a year, right? You were there
Yeah.
before it started?
Yeah, like more than 2 years now in squad.
So in all of your time on Squad,
Yeah.
what would you say was maybe the most fun memory that you had, and then like the hardest memory? Like the most fun time and easy and awesome, and then like, ooh, this was crazy hard.
You know what? I think it's the same day.
Oh.
It was the most fun and also the hardest, and it was a global launch. Like that was so like incredible, but at the same time so challenging and so like intense.
Oh, I can't imagine.
And we had a few content creators here while you were here.
Yeah.
And yeah, there were so many things that I had to think about, and we were posting all the the promo, like the trailer, and then I was hosting the event, And then, you know, I was talking with Ilka as well, our CEO, which, you know, I've done before, but it's always like a bit like, you feel like, you know, you can't, you need to do it like perfect, you know?
Yeah.
And that was, yeah, a lot of stress.
Wow. Yeah, I can't imagine.
But it was super cool. It's one of my most like, you know, like precious memories.
Oh, for sure, for sure. That was such a fun time. You guys can actually see the recap of the event on the channel. It's like one of the earlier videos that were made. But there have been also quite a few updates in this first year. We had Frozen World, we had Lava World, we've had Transformers, we've had a lot of things. Which of the updates would you say kind of caught your attention the most and were the most fun to play?
I'm a second thing and play at the same time. And I'm second and I don't want to lose.
Of course. And you're in the middle too?
I am in the middle.
I'm like literally on the outskirts just talking, having a nice time.
And I'm here so
doing nothing important. Okay, and getting clapped. No, stay back.
No, please.
I do like that even though I have quite a small squad, I feel like I can defend myself.
Ay. Sí.
Like that feels nice with this update.
Leave me alone. Zoro.
Okay, do I dare go into the center?
No.
There's no way. You just get busted?
Yeah. Hi.
Well, that's what happens when you stay in the middle. Crazy.
No, I could have saved myself, but I was too greedy. What was the question?
I was asking which
the
of the updates was kind of your favorite one so far. Which of you enjoyed the most? And you better have the right answer. Otherwise, jail.
I don't know, because all of them had like something that it was like nice. I really like when we removed content that, you know, players overall didn't like megas and keys. I was like,
Yeah.
you don't like megas and keys? We don't have megas and keys anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
I like that, but I think it was the Ice World update was really fun. And I remember now, Transformers.
Sure.
Yeah, Transformers
that was
was
crazy.
so cool.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Was that the first collab that Supercell had ever done, or did Brawl do some other ones before that?
I think Brawl didn't Brawl do SpongeBob?
Was it SpongeBob before that?
Yeah.
It may have been.
I think so.
Okay.
Because it was last summer.
Yeah, that was
And
a sick one.
ours was in September. But yeah, Transformers was amazing. I was a bit slightly disappointed at not having Bumblebee. Because Bumblebee is my favorite character in Transformers. But still, really cool.
Yeah, that would have been fun.
That would be cool, yeah.
Well, let me see if I can add you. Oh, you're still in a party. Oh, nice. You hadn't even opened your chest.
You invited me, no? Or no? Or did I see wrong?
I think you're still in the old one.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
dump that. I'm going to invite you. And then we're going to play one more match, maybe two. We'll see if we have enough time. And then we'll jump into our developer Q&A with the Jonas from Squad. Okay.
Jonas is amazing.
Let's see. P de Paula, invite. So, do you guys know what P de Paula even means?
Where are you from?
We have
From
the
Spain?
QR code here.
Marcos?
Add that.
From Barcelona.
Yes.
That's why my accent is kind of wonky.
Yes. And her name is
P de
in
Paula.
Spanish, right?
Sí.
So I didn't know this, but guys, P de Paula means like P for Paula.
Yeah.
Like I thought PDE was an acronym, like PDE.
Yeah.
Like people.
It's also some mathematic thingy. PDE.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
A very nerdy thing, but the real meaning is P for Paula, or P as in Paula.
Interesting. Yeah, my creator name was not much better. I went by Bailey's dad, which is like
And I always thought
the weirdest.
you meant the drink.
Bailey's.
Bailey's, because that's the only thing that I knew with like Bailey's name,
Yep.
you know? I didn't know
Indeed.
that was a name that was actually used.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
And I thought, oh, this guy would like Bailey's.
I'm an alcoholic. No, I'm not. Just my daughter's name.
So that was funny.
Okay, I'm gonna sweat on this match. I'm actually gonna try here.
Okay.
I'm sick and tired of getting busted or losing. Let's see what happens. So I'm gonna leave the talking to you.
What was your favorite update?
Oh, Well, I feel like I have a soft spot for the February update because that was the first update where I was actually like with you CMing, so it's really special to me. But I'm not gonna lie, and maybe this is like,
I busted someone. Sorry.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
My turret.
No bots in our lobby either. But I feel like this Heroes update was legit in my probably top 3, if not #1 spot.
Yeah.
I really liked it. And I was one of those people where at first when we were testing it, I was like, oh, I don't know about this, bro. But it grew on me.
Yeah.
And I love it.
It is happening to many people though. That, of course, you know, it's so different and so many things have changed.
Yeah.
That it's really hard to, at the beginning, to like accept those changes.
Yeah, for sure.
But luckily, more and more people are like, you know, it's growing on many people now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is definitely a transition.
Indeed. I see Carissa in the chat says, I also loved the Heroes update.
Nice. Wait.
Oh, when will clans be released? Maybe we should ask Jonas that one. Where are the clans?
Oh my God! No, please. I sorry. I'm no. But
Begging for your life, dude.
Oh my.
Did you get busted?
No.
Oh crap! Oh crap! Oh crap!
I only have Archer, Queen, and B now, and I'm still first.
You know, in the first week when we had just added heroes and everyone was getting used to the abilities and stuff, I felt like I had a chance, more of a chance. Now playing with these lobbies, I actually see how bad I am. I still am, dude. How? I need to play more. I need to play much more.
Oh no! I was too ambitious. No, busted. No. Run.
Come on. Come on.
Oh my.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Yes, let's go.
No, please.
Let's go. First place. No.
How am I still alive? How am I still alive? You won't believe this. No.
Oh, I thought you got busted.
No. Now I got busted.
Literally 5 seconds apart. I got busted, then you got busted. Dude, I was first place for a minute.
Yeah, but
Frick.
I was at like 1 HP for a minute, like just running around. See, people saw. And I was like, how am I alive? And but I did the last time.
GG's. I didn't hit spectate, so if you can spectate.
Yeah.
I don't know. There you go. Yeah. Oh, I still can. Never mind. Nice.
And class was in this one, right? It's been destroying.
Look at him. That's because you see how fast he's going.
My.
That's like Leon and Max combined.
Yeah.
Is broken, dude.
Someone is about to get busted. Hacker, run for your life! Run! No! Class, no! Don't!
That's messed up, Class.
Hacker, run!
That is messed up.
Use your punch!
Class versus who's left? Ideal Stack, okay.
Zico.
And Siko. Wait, that's one of our creators, isn't it?
I think it is.
I think it is. Oh, they stayed away and survived. AGS Chris.
Nice.
GG's. Oh, I can't see who took first place.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know, but it looked like the biggest squad was Class. So. Well, GG's, guys. Give hugs to Brazil. Adriana and Paula, huge hugs to Brazil. Thank you for everyone that is here right now.
Obrigada.
Nice. What does that mean again?
Gracias.
Oh, thank you. Okay, cool.
I don't know what I know.
Welcome, Mertlo. Well, I think being that it's about 4:30, we could start the Q&A now.
Is it time?
Is it time for the Q&A? Are you guys ready? Let's jump into it. Adrian and Paula, I love you. Can you say hello to me? Hi, Mentrix. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. So we are going to switch over now to the developer Q&A with none other than Mr. Jonas, the GOAT himself. What's up, Jonas? How are you, buddy?
Hey, yeah, thanks for inviting me to the live stream. Man, those are some cool games, and I never get tired watching you guys play this. So.
Oh, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. And just so you guys know, the man that you are witnessing right now has probably been around with Squad and helping develop Squad the longest out of anybody on the team. Would you say that's accurate, Jonas?
Oh yeah. I'm one of the original 3 guys who came up with, like, not even just Squad Busters, but the prototype of the game we killed to make Squad. busters. So I've been through the whole thing.
Amazing, amazing, and still faithful to the game, still helping to contribute. It's a pleasure to have you. Thank you for joining us, Jonas.
Yeah, sure,
So,
sure. So yeah, maybe I should give a bit of my background
yeah,
to the
please
team
do.
here. Yeah, so yeah, my name's Jonas Claros. I've been in Supercell now for about 12 years. I actually started working as a server engineer in Clash of Clans. I joined about like 6 months after the global launch, and I worked on Clash for about 5 years. I took on some more responsibilities with the community, with game design, with events, and eventually I transitioned to Supercell's new game space as a full-time game designer. That was sort of my big ambition. And I worked on a couple projects, and eventually, as I mentioned, we started working on Squad. So I was part of that original trio. It's been about, it's around 5 years now, actually, since the very, very first versions of Squad were being played in the company. So it's been a very long journey.
Amazing. Sorry, as you were talking, our camera froze all of a sudden.
Yeah, I was wondering if you just like went really deadpan or something all of a sudden.
You just blew our minds
Yeah,
so
wow.
much
Yeah, yeah.
that
It's
we
actually
couldn't.
pretty crazy that you started as a server engineer. Like I didn't, I only learned that recently, kind of like a few months ago, and I was like, wow, like that's crazy. I would have never thought.
Well, I learned this from you, Paula, that you were working on like QA and other stuff. You have some dev chops too yourself, so I guess we come from all places.
Yeah. Let's see if we can show up again.
Sorry, guys, bear with us while we fix some of the technical
Yes.
glitches. Please
Someone
wait.
asked if our hair is related. I knew.
No, but I do think that long curly hair is like the secret superpower behind like Squad. I think it's been from the start. So yeah, I think we are kind of hair twins somehow.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, that's a little bit buggy, but we're gonna use that camera for now and just hope for the best. So, Jonas, we asked on socials a bunch of questions to our players, and some of the questions that came back, I'm gonna share with you now, and hopefully we can get some really cool answers. So, the first question that we pulled was, will characters from Moko be added to Squad in the future?
Oh, that's a good question. So I mean, it's always like a big question in Squad. What are going to be the next characters we add now? What are going to be the next heroes that we add? I think with Moko, we've actually been okay. First of all, I'm not promising anything, but when we talked about this in the team, it's kind of struck us that Moko is kind of it. There's a lot of cool units there that would make for a really nice world, whereas like the avatar you have is a bit general purpose. It can go in many directions, so it's kind of hard to think of like bringing the player's avatar into the game. But there's so many cool pieces there that it almost seems like a shoe-in for a world. Like I said, no promises. Also, there's some interesting things, like for example, the editor that was used to make Moko was originally the editor that we made for Squad. So there's a lot of similarities there. But yeah, I can't say that it will happen, but I know it's been talked about. We've talked about it a lot in the team because it has such a cool style.
Yeah, nice. Hopefully one day, chat. Hopefully one day.
We want Luna.
So, since you've been on Squad for so many years now, what were the earliest prototypes of Squad like? How far have has the game come from then until now?
Yeah, it's that's an interesting question. It's like, you know, without going into even like the prehistory of Squad, the first versions of Squad actually, in many ways they were very similar. I mentioned this sort of goes all the way back to early 2020. This is when we had the first versions of Squad, and already back then there was like a lot of very similar things to the core. There was 10 players, 4 minutes. You fight monsters, get loot, open chests, grow your squad. You fight for gems. If you get busted, you're out. So that was all the same. But there was a lot of other details that were quite different. So, for example, there was no turbo. Turbo instead it was a spell, and spells you actually couldn't throw. So you just we only had spells you could use in place. There were no fusions. There were no vines. So the game just kind of like 3, 2, 1 ended at some point, which was a bit weird. There were no custom bosses with special attacks. There was no gem mine, no modifiers, and characters had one ability. So, but probably I would say like the biggest difference that I can think of in terms of like the actual like moment to moment experience is that, and by the way, if any of you guys were in the beta 1, you probably got to experience this. The cost of the chests was much like it scaled up much more aggressively to like hundreds of coins, and there was this, gameplay that very quickly you would max out your squad and you couldn't grow it anymore. So now that's been made quite different so that it's a lot, a lot more friendly to squad building. You can sort of keep that going as long as you like.
Amazing, amazing. Yeah, I'm sure you've seen a lot of transformation over the years, so that's awesome to hear. Which character or mechanic went through the most revisions, if you can even think of one? Of all the
Um,
characters, it could be a squatty, it could be a hero.
you guys posted a meme to our team chat at some point about Heavy. I think he kind of takes the crown there. Like he started off as a character that buffed ranged attackers, which now became Archer Queen's skill. We felt it kind of like made more sense, and there was a parody with Barbarian King, and then we removed him from the soft launch, and then we brought him back in the global launch, and then he had a different power, which was that he would shoot faster when he was hunkering down into place. And then we changed him again with the Heroes update because that didn't quite make sense anymore with like the moving while attacking. So now he buffs ranged squaddies health or hot shots health. So I think Heavy probably takes the crown there. He's really been through the ringer.
Yeah, I feel like Heavy was always somebody I would skip on in matches. Just like, I'm
Yeah,
not playing with Heavy.
poor
Forget this
guy.
guy. But seems to be in a good place now.
Yeah.
So out of all the updates you've done since the game was globally launched, which one was your favorite?
So I was listening to your guys' response. I think you guys had some good ones. Transformers update being the first collab, that was great. The Heroes update was like probably one of the craziest things I've done in my whole career here. I really liked Hatchling's Run. I think that was like the first time I really got the chance to like feel what Squad is like as a co-op PvE game, and I quite enjoyed that. It's maybe a weird answer for me, and maybe this is just more of my own personal experience. For me, it's something about the lava world, actually. Maybe it's because on the run up to the global launch, we had like a very strict, like a very detailed content plan, and it kind of ended around Ice World, Lava World, and Lava World was a bit open. So this was one we sort of had to do on the fly, and there was just something about the visuals, the music, the NPCs. There was a ton of NPCs there. We had the minion swarms. It's sort of like I felt like it really brought up this certain level of like franticness and in the game that I really liked. It's maybe just like a sentimental thing, but for me, Lava World just like, it has a certain a certain something, a certain look and feel that I always was quite tickled by.
Yeah, for sure. In Lava World, I feel like most of Squad is very like cute and sweet, but Lava World's like really gritty and like metal.
Yeah,
So
I
it's a
love lava walls. Like it's a bit harder than the other walls, but like it's like the challenge is nice, and also it's yeah, it's just so many little things. I love it.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Okay, a question we've been getting a lot on socials, and we got it in the chat tonight as well, was
Mhm.
when will the Trader Potion be nerfed?
Uh-huh, uh-huh. Yeah, you guys are still, man, the Trader Potion, it used to be a lot worse. I'll tell you that. For this one, for Trader, we were in kind of like a bit of a wait and see mode because he was one of these units that like totally changed. He was a unit that was also super strong before the Heroes update. He was basically one of these win conditions you could use that if you had a good Trader comp, you could just sort of farm gems out in the corner, you could win that way. And we had to sort of reevaluate that sort of ability because we didn't want anymore to have this thing like, for example, Trader was by the tech, it was banned in Showdown because gems didn't make sense in Showdown, and we felt like, yeah, every single character should work in every single mode. This will make things a lot easier when we explore game modes. So we still wanted to keep him very powerful, and this notion of dropping the Mega Potion was like, okay, this is a way that he could still be like very strong, but at the same time, kind of like tethered to the economy gameplay. He synergizes very well with Royale King, of course. So I mean, it's interesting that there's this feeling that it's super strong. When we look at the usage statistics, he's actually not really on the top, but this is still something that I think we can evaluate because he does a lot of things. Like he gives you a speed buff, gives you attack speed buff. He no longer gives you a damage buff, so we did kind of nerf him a little bit, but I think maybe there's something to be done in terms of like the frequency. Like I've seen comments about like uptime, right? I think maybe there's something valid about that. Like if you can get these, like people figured out these compositions where you can just be getting coins so many times. You basically always have a trader potion. So
Yeah.
maybe that's something that we can be looked at. But that said, like the mega potion should be pretty punchy. And also we want to make the trader mega potion the same as the mega potion in showdown to sort of make things consistent. So if we nerf the potion for trader, we're also nerfing the potion for showdown. So maybe the frequency is something we can look at. But you know, this is stuff for future balancing patches.
Maybe you should start playing Trader.
I'm-
If it's
It's
so
fun.
broken.
It's fun. I like playing trader. There's also this weird gameplay that you like he drops the potion and you have to go get it sometimes. So sometimes he drops the potion where you don't want it to. So
Yeah, and,
maybe lower frequency would be a bit more of a nerf than it seems
yeah.
like.
And someone else can pick up the potion, right? Yeah, after a few seconds. Can they?
I'm sure about that. I think it might be hidden.
I think I've stolen
I think-
others' potions.
Okay, maybe you can correct me. I don't know if that
Yeah.
if
We're
you
just
guys
gonna-
are aware of
gonna-
Oh,
that.
Class says yes, they can.
Yeah.
So that's
Oh, they can. Okay,
the law
okay.
now. Yes. Nice.
Okay.
Very
Pick
cool.
up your trader potions. Don't let other guys grab
But,
them.
but I think it's just like the gems when like I think in duo, yeah, the duo gems, like so the gems from your duo, it takes some time until you can actually pick them up. I think it has the same kind of cooldown.
Yeah, I think
Oh
so
yeah,
as well.
yeah. That's a good point. This is actually something that's like across the board in Squad. We added it actually a little bit of time after the global launch. So anything that gets dropped, chicken drops, the boots. You know, there's always this like little bit of time that you're the only person who can grab it.
Yeah.
But then if you don't grab it, it's like a couple seconds. It's
Yeah.
a decent amount of time. Then it sort of becomes open to other people, and that's just to keep it from being like confusing. Like
Yeah.
why can't I pick up these gems, right?
Yeah.
Or these boots? It's because somebody else dropped them.
Yeah,
Makes
that's a
sense.
strategy. Go and steal some traders' potions.
You know, but I appreciate that. You've given like invincibility frames, if you will, where we're like safe from someone
Just to
else
the loot.
snatching it.
That's the only thing that's safe, I guess, is the loot.
Yeah. So outside of, Squad and Supercell games and all that, what are your favorite games to play just on your own? It could be board games, it could be mobile games, or anything.
Oh, I guess that's interesting question. I always feel like I'm such a nerd. I'm like dating myself when I say this, but one of the games that I play the most often is Tetris. Like, yeah, I know, but
Wow.
it's one of these games that for me it's almost like one of these like brain training things. Like I like playing Tetris every weekend just to sort of see where my head is at because it touches so many things. It's like reaction time. It's problem solving. It's like how you're able to read ahead. I like doing competitive Tetris. Like for
Oh.
me, it's and maybe it makes sense. Like Tetris is one of these really flow state games, right? And Squad is like a super flow state game. There's something about these kind of flow state games that I like. Otherwise, I'm always looking out for good co-op games to play with my sister, with my partner. So I do like co-op experiences quite a bit. Though I dip a bit more into the indie realm for that, just because I feel like a lot of the big titles that are out there, they require a lot of time, and it can be hard to make that time sometimes.
Yeah.
So some people in the chat were saying that they also love Tetris.
It's a classic.
Good, yeah, my
Yeah.
Tetris people, they're being represented. Awesome. Yeah. Hope there's something there that you like. This sort of like, oh, I have to be paying attention to what I'm doing now, but I also need to be thinking 5-10 seconds ahead to see what's going on. Like, I think there's something there. There's also something there in like a game I played a lot during development of Squad was Spelunky 2. That was another one of these games that's sort of like there's this improvisational gameplay to it that I really like, and things can sort of chain react in a way that's hard to predict. So I really love those sorts of games.
Are you one of those Tetris players that has like the white gloves and you do the like finger rolling on the controller?
You actually know about the rolling. Oh
I
my
know
goodness,
about
yeah,
it. I know.
No. That's that. I think my carpal tunnel, my carpal tunnel hands can't
I
handle
didn't
that.
know about. I didn't know that was a
Oh
thing.
my gosh. Yeah,
You
there's a
have no
lot of
idea
Tetris
how
tech.
Tetris well goes. Like seriously. Look, I made a pun without even realizing it. Anyways,
Tetris mode in Squad Busters. I mean,
Oh,
I don't know how that would look like, but sure.
could you imagine that? Okay, mind blown.
I can't really,
That'd be crazy.
but that would be cool.
So one of the recurring questions we get on socials and on these streams, Jonas, is will we ever get customizable lineups in all modes?
okay. Yeah, this is an interesting question because I mean, even within the team, I think there's a bit of a split opinion on this. Some people in the team, like they really want the custom lineups in every mode. They want everything to be totally planned out. But then there are some people on the team that's like, I like more the improvisational gameplay. I like not having to think too deeply about things being changed. I think probably this is going to have to be something that comes to like what are going to be the next generation of game modes, which is something we've been thinking about a lot. So if you look at like the last update that we did, we had to move pretty fast on it because the game was live, and the Heroes update sort of didn't leave enough room to touch a lot of the game modes. And we also kind of feel in the team that the current modes that are in the game aren't really like the best representation of the new gameplay we have. Of course, we didn't have the time to change them, but we've been thinking a lot more in terms of like what more can we do with the modes, and maybe it's something that's like even less about the lineups, more about like team synergies, more about objective gameplay. So we're trying to think. We're still like we've been in this mode for basically since we started thinking about the last update, which is how can we sort of like bring that agency to players in many different ways that they'll enjoy. I think some people really enjoy making their own lineups and theory crafting like all the different squaddies. Some people want something that's a bit more improvisational.
So I'm gonna, because I saw an interesting question in the chat that is kind of related or no, but the doppelganger mode that we had to remove because with the new squad like mechanics didn't the new fusion mechanics didn't make a lot of sense, and many people actually miss that mode and wonder if like there is a way we can bring it back or something similar.
Such a divisive mode. Okay, I'm glad to hear that people like it because I love that mode. And when we went up, people were like, "Oh, doppelgangers, it's the worst mode." But I hate this mode. I think, but for me, I kind of like that. It's like there are certain mods that it's like you love it or you hate it. So those can be a lot of fun. It wasn't one that I think like we necessarily wanted to kill. Basically, again, because the hero update, it was like we tried to be very fast with it. We wanted to sort of get it out into players' hands as soon as we could so we could kind of validate, are we going in the right direction? What are the sensible next steps? It was sort of like if the modifier we have doesn't like work immediately, then let's just not waste time trying to figure out what it should be, and let's just sort of shelve it, and then we'll think about it coming up later, like what's the proper way of integrating this into the game. So I definitely think doppelgangers is still in the cards. And actually doppelgangers is kind of it's a very interesting mode for the team design wise, because one of the things that we've noticed for people who play doppelgangers mode is that they are able to understand a lot better, especially newer players are able to understand a lot better what are the different squaddies doing, because you're only playing one squaddie at a time. I think there's something there. There's something that sort of helps surface like individual squaddie strengths more. So I think we'll have to figure out how to do that. Of course, there's some obvious problems with it now. Like you have your starting squaddies and you start with two. So how does that work with doppelgangers? So we'll have to sort out the details. But I think that's one that maybe will make a comeback at some point.
Yeah, it's a bit the same as Double Trouble, actually. That was the one that I meant when I said that, since the fusion system changed, we had to remove that one too. And that was a clear player favorite. And players wonder sometimes if that one would come back as well.
There's always a possibility. That's interesting. You heard
machines
it here
away
first.
from the game at all costs. I see that one. I like loot machines, but I get why people
don't
like
loot machines. Loot machines. Oh, you want the bag? Sure, we can we can make it work.
I think with the different balance, yeah. But imagine these days, right? You have the ability to take squaddies like goblins and stuff. I think with a lot of these modes, I don't know, like this is just my feeling, but I think with a lot of them, it kind of, one of the things I can feel bad about it is if you're going into a game with a certain intention. I'm going to be playing this way. I'm going to be playing economy. I'm going to be playing PvP. I'm going to be doing PvE. Then a certain modifier comes up, and you're like, crap. Well, there goes my strategy, right? So this is also something we're looking at, by the way the way modifiers are expressed. So, but if you think it, like, imagine if you knew that like there was an event and it was about loot machines, and you could sort of tweak your comp to do it so that you would have like a bunch of coins. Suddenly, it might be a bit more interesting. But I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens with that one.
Nice. We'll be sure to announce it as soon as you make a decision. So here's a more general.
Yes.
Here's a more general kind of game design question. What's something you believe about game design that most people might disagree with?
Wow.
That's a good one.
Deep. We're going deep.
There's a lot. Yeah. I mean, because I started as a server engineer, right? So I feel like I had to learn a lot of these things like just by doing in the hard way. And And like game design, it's very tricky because so many things go counter to your expectations, and you sort of really have to like humble yourself in a way to like what I think is best for the game isn't necessarily what's best for the game, right? I have to always be keeping in mind many different players with many different backgrounds, and I would say like if I had to pick one thing, I would say that I really had to learn and have taken to heart. It's that making a good game that's like simple and easy to understand and accessible for many people, I think that's harder than making a good game that's deep and complex and has like a bunch of bits and bobs to it. I mean, ideally, you want to do both. I feel like this is like been part of Supercell's brand in a while. For a while, that we release games that anybody can kind of pick up and play and have fun with, but like the more you get into it, the more you get out of it. Um, so like some examples, for example, like say you want to add some information to a screen that explains something that you want to know. If you add that bit of information to the screen, that helps explain that thing better, but it's adding more noise and that makes everything else a bit harder to understand. Or if you say you want to like add a control, like this can give you more control, but then this will require more mechanical like skill from players, and many players might actually find it harder to play. So like everything you add to a game has a cost. And this doesn't mean that you shouldn't add anything, you shouldn't explain things, you shouldn't add controls, but you always have to be like keeping in mind like what is this experience going to be like for many different people. Like this came up, for example, with a comment we got early on a lot was like, should you just add an attack button? Just add an attack button. What's the big deal, right? And it's easy to think like, oh yeah, it's just a matter of adding a button. What's the big deal, right? But balancing it so it actually improves your feeling of control, that's like a different question. And that's like it's almost as important as, do you decide to do this thing or not? And actually, I remember you, Adrian, you asked me a question a while ago, a few weeks ago. You were asking me like why did Squad Busters launch with such a like with like why did it lean so heavily towards the casual players? And it was kind of because of this, right? We wanted like we felt after the betas we could be very strongly positioned for success if we made a game that was like accessible to to like casual gamers, and that would like looks like sort of have that broad net. We felt we had a shot to do that. It didn't really pan out, I think. But it's always something that you're kind of thinking about as a game designer, like how can I add what I need to add to create the experiences I want to create without adding more barriers that will take people further away from it. If that makes sense, it's a bit complicated.
Yeah, yeah,
It
it,
does.
it makes a lot of sense. I feel
Yeah.
like my only experience in game design is playing Mario Maker a little bit,
Mm.
and that really humbled me quite a lot because it's like there are so many things that go into the process that you don't even think about in terms of feel and psychology and stuff. It makes me wonder, Jonas, some of the people that are watching might be aspiring to become game designers themselves. I
Mm-mm.
wonder if you have any advice for them in terms of kind of where can they start, or what should they do to venture into the game design world?
That's a great question. And honestly, it's maybe even a bit deeper than you might even think at first. Like for me, when I was very early on starting to think about becoming a game designer, it was in a completely different world, right? Games, the mobile games industry, the production level of games, all the competition, it was completely different. What are the popular games people are playing? What are the technologies people are using? What's trendy for people? It's always changing. That's part of the job of a game designer. Like I said, you sort of have to humble yourself a little bit, and it's not entirely about what can I bring to the table, but it's also like what are people looking for? So that's one part of it, just sort of being prepared that the landscape is always changing in gaming. What people are expecting is always changing. Your competition is always changing. Another thing I would probably say is like try many things and then try to find like what's your strength, because there are many aspects to game design. Maybe you're very good at like user interface and information organization and making flows that are appealing to people. Maybe you're good at uh, progression systems, and you know how to make progression layers that really hook people and want to keep playing the game to unlock more. Maybe you're good at gameplay, like moment to moment gameplay. You're good at balancing. Like there's many different aspects that go into game design. And I have strengths, I have weaknesses. I think most people have strengths and weaknesses. Most people have things they want to work with. That they would rather not want to work with, and sort of understanding your strengths is also a very important part. And then maybe the last thing I would say would just be like just try it. Like just there are a lot of there are tools out there these days that I would have flipped out about when I was a kid. Like there are things that like make it so easy. You have access to like so many libraries, so many resources that there's kind of nothing stopping you from just like going out there, giving it a try, and just see what clicks for you.
Amazing.
I'm gonna interrupt because there is a question that keeps popping up. Well, a word that keeps popping up in the chat that is
Yes.
clans.
Plans.
So
Plans.
I think it would be super interesting hearing from you, Jonas, about
Yeah.
clans and yeah, just what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I want clans. I do. I've been wanting clans for a long time. I think people on the team have wanted clans for a long time. It's one of these things that it's like, you want to add the social features, like these sort of, I've been mentioning team modes or those sorts of things, when you have a very clear vision for it. This is something that, if there's any old school Clash of Clans players, like you might remember that we were kind of the butt of the joke of our own name for a while because I think it was like 2 years before we had clan wars or any sort of ability for clans to fight each
Wow.
other. And the game was called Clash of Clans,
I didn't
right?
know
I
that.
think
I
we went
didn't
through a similar
know.
arc here, Squad Busters, but what was the data before Hero was like 95% of people lived to the end of the battle. So it's like, are you really busting squads? Anyways, so like adding clans, it's like it's a big commitment, it's a big feature, it requires a lot of effort, and also it's like you want to get it right. You want to sort of create the experience that is going to resonate with people, because if you just try something out and it's not really that fun, then it can be a big waste of time. So I feel like it's been on the team's radar for a very long time. I think even more than ever with the latest update, because the heroes and the squad building aspect, like the pre-battle squad building aspect, it lends itself so much better to potential team play. Like this is one of the things I like doing. I really like playing duos in squad, and I
Yeah.
when I'm doing team play, I typically tend to more of an initiator, like a tank initiator role. So I like thinking about my build in terms of, okay, how can I build myself so I can go initiate on an enemy team and then tee them up for my partner to kill them, right? It's like that's the sort of thing that I think now we have at our fingertips with the Heroes update, and we are just gonna have to find out what's the rule set, what does the level look like, how long should the match be, should it have respawning? We're evaluating all these things right now, but it's definitely something that's top of mind for us.
Amazing.
Nice.
Well, I think we have time for maybe one more question from the chat. If you, Jonas, see anything that you especially want to answer, we'll take a couple moments here to look at the chat and see if anything stands out.
Oh, I can see Trophy Road. Interesting. It's not a
Road
question.
I see
Yeah,
private
Squad League
party.
Squad League is kind of in the same boat, honestly. It's like, I get it. The implementation is pretty bare bones. It has been bare bones for a long time. This competitive layer for squad, it's always been a bit of a head scratcher because there's so much variability game to game that it feels like we would need to have some sort of overarching structure that sort of ties games together, gives them a meaningful context, maybe some meaningful time limits. So yeah, the trophy grind, I think it can be much improved.
Nice.
Yeah, there is
Nice.
also like kind of related, but about private lobbies, because right now we don't have a way to to get together with friends and just play for fun, choosing modifiers and stuff. That's highly requested as well.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. There was even some crazy ideas. Again, I don't want to be promising things that we won't do, but there's even these crazy ideas like, what if you could like unlock and earn modifiers and maps, and then like create your own lobby and your own tournament flow, these sorts of
Oh
things.
man.
So it's definitely something we're thinking about. But again, it's one of these things that it's like it doesn't make sense to make a bunch of time or take a bunch of time making an alliance feature or making a leaderboard feature if you're going to do something like we just did and sort of
yeah.
change the core of the game. So now that I think we're getting into a clearer direction as to where we're going, I think all of these things are going to be coming up in the team quite strongly.
Amazing. Well, chat, if you aren't already, be sure to join the official Squadbusters Discord. There is a link in the description because we're going to have Jonas answering even more questions right after this stream ends. But Jonas, it was a pleasure having you. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us and the audience.
Thank all you guys in the stream too, and for hanging with us through a long and tricky update. We hear all your feedback. We're grateful for all your support. So thank you very much.
Amazing.
Thanks, Jonas. And
Thanks,
I'm gonna say
Jonas.
bye because I won't stay for the after hours. But yeah, thank you so much for coming to the stream, and
Yes.
see you soon.
Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Adios.